what's up, guys, and welcome to the first official episode of Off the Woodwork. We're your hosts. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dewey.
I'm Christian.
And, for our first episode today, we're just going to be introducing ourselves, the podcast, just kind of briefly getting into what you guys will expect from it, our goals, and what we plan on with the podcast, and then just kind of talk about our social media and all that stuff. Just kind of get the ball rolling there a little bit. So with that being said, do one of you guys want to go first with introducing yourselves?
Sure, why not? So
I'm Dewey.
my name's not actually Dewey, it's Nathan, but shocker, yeah, I know. Everybody who I've played with just calls me Dewey. That's been stuck with me since my freshman year of high school. Everyone says I should just change my name. I'm gonna die one day, and it's gonna say Nathan, and all of my friends are gonna show up and be like, "Who?" But yeah, so I've been playing soccer for about 19 years now, basically ever since I could walk. My whole family has been into the sport, well, except for my mom. But my dad coached, my older brother coached, older sister still coaching as well. So I basically grew up at the soccer fields with the ball at my feet. And so now it's just been a passion of mine. And when I'm not playing, I'm either watching it or playing video games or just talking about it with friends, constantly checking it. I'm probably, I would say, the most knowledgeable of the three of us about. It depends, I guess, what on.
The look on.
We're gonna see about that. We're gonna see about that. I don't know. Stay tuned. We're gonna see about that.
We'll see.
Fight me. We'll see.
But yeah, so
depends on the subject.
My favorite team, I would say, is probably Manchester City, and my favorite player is Sergio Aguero. This one actually up here is a jersey. I play mostly center defensive mid. I've been playing all over the field. I can play forward, defense, outside defense, midfield. But yeah, that is pretty much about myself. I don't think there's anything else I can really talk about. So
you play keeper too.
I actually don't play keeper.
That's a very hard position.
That's a hard position to play.
His family plays keeper.
Both my older siblings played goalkeeper, but I was not about that life. I actually have a story about me playing goalie, and that did not end well. This was when I was 8 years old. I got stuck in goal. I got scored on. I started crying. Never again. Did not want to play goalie. So
seems like every kid that plays goalie, they get scored on. No, I'm done.
No, exactly. I was not about that life.
You want that responsibility in the goal.
It's a rare breed. In all honesty, I'm a little biased being a goalkeeper, but literally, you're either a goalkeeper or you're not a goalkeeper. There's no
there's no in between.
I can be a sub. It's no, you don't play goalkeeper. You're just a sub. You're just a backup if he's injured or something.
No, I give all credit to goalkeepers because let's be real. If a goalkeeper makes a mistake, it leads to a goal and everybody kind of blames them. But if you're playing forward, you can have 10 shots or you can have 10 chances, miss all 10. That's okay. You score one, and it's hey, good job. Goalie makes 10 great saves, fucks up one, and you lose the game.
That's the one they remember.
Then that's the one they remember, and they always talk about it.
They never let it down.
Yes, credit to any of you listening right now that are goalkeepers. Keep it up. Keep up the hard work.
Yeah, comment in the video, goalkeepers. I want to see where my goalkeeper nation is. Represent.
Well, yeah, that is about myself.
All right, with that, Christian, would you like to go?
Okay, so my background, I've probably been playing football for 10 years. I started coming on from freshman year, so 8th grade, freshman year in high school. I started in the rec league. I played with a couple of my friends, not them at the time, but I was playing with them, and honestly, we wrecked the heck out of the other team because there was only two teams, and there was blue and red, and we won every game. That's how sad it was, but
which team were you? Were you the blue or the red?
I was the blue team, bro. They only had one of my friends, and he was the only one that scored for them, bro. And
and now you're on the red team.
Yeah, now I'm on the red team, but I mean now I have teammates that actually play with me since I've been playing with them since high school. But other than that, for me, I just been playing soccer no matter what, whether I was on the team in high school or not. I honestly only made varsity year on my senior year. Other years I did not make it. Sad, but when I think about that, I think about Michael Jordan. He got cut from his team either way, so I didn't think too much on it. At the end of the day, I made varsity, and how I saw it too is at the time the coaches they picked who they want, so
I
was
mean,
like,
yeah, they gotta
you know,
look at all options.
Yeah, they looked at all options, but at the end of the day, like I still got into varsity, and you know, I played here and there, so I didn't really care because you know I still like the game. You know, soccer.
Oh, yeah.
soccer.
I was
you
gonna
know?
say, yeah, as long as you were just having fun, and
Exactly.
honestly, like, if you were sitting on the bench, we would always joke around on the bench sometimes. Like,
I'd be kind of like
watching the
jealous.
game,
Like I
but,
never
like,
sat like senior year. I was never on the bench. Like there's jokes going on. I'm like I want to be involved.
You're the
Like,
goalie. We
Because
need
you're
you
the-
out
I
there.
never-
There's only one goalie.
I
and
know,
that was
so
you,
I was
like,
always on the
you
field.
know,
Like
so,
I never. I was.
yeah, you
the butt
never
of the
really
jokes.
experience. Yeah, you never. I mean, I think maybe when you're injured, but maybe not. Other than that,
No,
like
even when he got injured, he still wanted to play. There's
Yeah,
another
I know.
story for a
There's a
future
lot-
time.
there's
There's
like-
a lot of
Let's
stories.
see, there's
Yeah.
3 fingers. That's a story each. There's a head. That's another story. But we'll get into that one.
we'll
Those are
definitely get into that. My soccer background, all in general, because my parents, they both play like multiple sports. They definitely played soccer, volleyball, basketball, but I chose to stick to soccer because you know this soccer or football is literally a
Whatever you prefer,
worldwide-
soccer, football, no judgment.
worldwide, like you know, sport. Like you know, everyone in the world watches the World Cup. Like no matter what, like that's the most watched sport, and so like I stick to
proven
that.
fact.
And this sport takes a lot of skill. Like every sport takes skill. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, I played a good amount of sports in my you know career playing sports, but like soccer, like for sure that takes
That's
that
definitely.
takes time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's endurance.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
stamina. You gotta be coordinated. Just being able to
Everybody's
run around.
very
God,
different, and
dude.
you have to come together to be a full-on team.
Yeah,
you know,
like
it's
this is a team coordinated sport for
chemistry
sure.
is a
like, you need-
huge thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Huge. You know, it's you can have plays, but it's like kind of hard to have like
Yeah.
a play.
You can
know,
be the best players and try and get a team going, but if you haven't played together, your chemistry is all going to be off. You don't know how one another plays, so you're going to
It-
be
it
able to balance
shows.
off of each
Yeah.
other. So just having that team chemistry is always important to have.
Yeah, especially when we're you know out of condition. Because after you know my senior year, like I stopped playing for a bit, but you know I try to get on and on for that, but you know it is hard once you're becoming an adult because the adult life is something.
True that.
But
Definitely.
other than that, like that's just my soccer career. You know, I still love it. I'll always play. Even if I'm like 70, I'll play with the 70-year-old.
Go to the
Keep an eye.
alumni game or
Yeah,
all
alumni
like
name.
crutches and stuff.
What do you think, Andrew? What about your background?
So, like Dewey over here, I started playing when I was basically able to walk. I mean, my mom was pregnant with me, and she was playing soccer.
Which explains why you are crazy and
Yeah.
probably have so many.
Concussions.
concussions.
I mean, with that going said, obviously goalkeeper. I'm a rare breed. I became, believe it or not, which you guys will all find out. Before, when I started playing, I was a striker. Hard to believe if you know me. And then about in 6th grade, I became goalie. I'll kind of go into that. I went in the goalie, went to save a shot, hit my head on the post, got a concussion, saved the goal. Like there was no goal. I saved it. When I woke up from knocking myself out, I was like, this is what I want to do. I fell in love with being a goalie, and I never looked back. I have the worst touch now compared to
Yeah,
anybody.
The
trust
Brick
me,
Award for
it-
sure.
It's bad. It's bad. I mean, but when it comes to my hands, I got it. We're good. We're chilling. But yeah, I mean, soccer is big in my family. They they all like to watch it. They talk about it, but I'm the only one that pursued really playing it. I mean, they all played the rec leagues, all the little stuff. But I'm the only one that constantly trying to play it. Doing this podcast, being very passionate about it, trying to learn more and more about it, expanding my knowledge with the different leagues from all over the world, just never ending. I can't shut up about it. It's an addiction, but it's a good addiction.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
good
healthy
addiction app. People will look at us and be
yeah.
like, "You guys soccer? Like what?"
Yeah, like that's like a icebreaker with me. I'm like, you watch soccer?
Yeah.
No, okay, never mind.
Never
We're
mind.
good.
No,
we're good. We're
It's a
good.
good conversation opener.
It
for,
is,
like, people who play soccer for
Yeah,
sure.
and but yeah, I mean, I've grew up playing in which I'll get into this a lot more detail, but I grew up in a small town where we only played on Sundays for a short time of the year. Played on dirt. I mean, no one really knew soccer. It was AYSO. And then I moved here and mind blown of the world of soccer. Actually having to like try out for teams and what Hell Week was that never existed. Like it wasn't a high school team where I grew up. You know, it was a huge awakening, but it was awesome at the same time. I met these guys. I've met a lot of good people from it. You know, constantly meeting new people. I mean, we just started playing an indoor league, and I've met
a
so
bunch
many
of new people.
and then even
Yes.
got closer to the people I somewhat knew in the past in high school. I actually got to like really know who they are, just not going like, oh, that's that person, I know them. But now I actually
You actually know their names now. You're like,
know their names, conversate with them, hang out with them. It's
yep.
crazy, you know.
Yep, I know him. Yep.
It's because of soccer, you know. Like I can go hit them up at like school or whatever, but like soccer, you know, soccer brings you together. It's such a family thing, you know, grows our chemistry and all that.
through a podcast, you have the ability to share your experiences and express your feelings. If you are new to the podcasting lifestyle, I know it can be scary or nerve-wracking. And when starting your first podcast, you don't want to put down a lot of money. What if I told you that there is a website that is easy to use and is completely free to create your very own podcast? If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. First off, it is completely free. They have tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or even your phone. Once you record and edit your podcast, Anchor will help distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Another great thing about using Anchor is that you can make money from your podcast. Anchor will help find sponsors. You record and include an ad in your episode, and you will be making money. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. To begin creating your podcast today, go download the free Anchor app in the Apple Store or in the Google Play Store, or just search anchor.fm on your computer. I will put the link for Anchor in the description.
But enough about us. I feel like we kind of need to talk about the podcast now, you know, talk about what we are, what are you going to listen, what are you going to hear from us, all that, you know, what to expect from that podcast. One of you want to take over on that?
I'll go ahead and take over on that. So
McGuire got this.
Okay.
McGuire with the assist.
Okay. Out of context, they're probably wondering what the heck, but people always say I look like Harry Maguire from Manchester United. So
that one's new. The
Dewey
Dewey
one,
one,
the Dewey one is the one that's been with me the longest, but now it's Harry Maguire.
Since freshman year, I'm pretty sure.
It has been freshman
So if you guys see us in public, you gotta yell out like Dewey Maguire. He'll turn.
I will. I promise you that. Yeah. But yeah, back to the podcast. What it's about. Anything soccer. So we're going to be talking about the leagues. We're going to be talking about our predictions, who's going to win, who's going to be the leading goal scorer. We'll talk about the Champions League, the Europa League, international breaks. We'll talk about transfers. We'll talk about just any current news that are going on in the world. But we'll also be talking about our personal soccer lives. So our indoor will be, not only will this be a podcast, but it's also going to be on a YouTube. Like we'll have little clips about us.
Side things, you know, a lot of, you know, mini games.
Yeah, and I mean,
games with
it's just anything you can think of, like, oh, what if they did this? We're gonna want to do that. You know, we're trying to do everything. We're gonna have, as you can tell, we got an empty spot here. We're gonna have guests. We got a whole list of people that we want on, and you know, we hope that list
can
never
just
stop.
just keeps growing.
Yeah, keeps growing.
And I'm excited for the first one, which, you know, we kind of know who that is, but we're going to keep it a secret.
We're going to keep it a secret for now. But yeah, this is just the beginning. And this
crazy.
is all new for us. None of us have any experience with podcast or how this works. We built this set, or Andrew built this set mostly himself. We would come over and kind of help here and there. But the amount of dedication we've put into this has been a lot. And hopefully it shows in the future.
Yes.
But we just want to thank everyone for tuning in right now. You are helping us, whether you know it or not. So again, just thank you.
I mean, literally, like we were saying, we don't have background in this. We're not professionals. We're fans, just like you guys. We are at the same level with you. We're just on a platform, trying to inform you guys, trying to entertain yourselves, and in all honesty, inform and entertain ourselves as well. You know, hoping to learn from you guys, our guests. You know, entertain. You know.
We're all going to have different opinions about something.
Exactly.
We're going to learn from each other and be like, oh, we didn't actually know that. So
I mean, all the times that we've just been sitting in here brainstorming without the camera, it's already been so much fun. We've learned so much from each other. We're building chemistry. Not even on the field, we're building chemistry when it comes to soccer. And, you know, it's crazy, you know. And get a guest on,
They're gonna bring a whole new experience.
It's crazy, you know.
We're gonna interview them. We're gonna have
Yes.
rapid fire questions with them.
And our guest list is very.
It's good.
It's
It's
It's good. We know
It's
who they
going.
are, but like
Yeah.
it's a roller coaster of what we're gonna talk about. You know what the opinions, where it's gonna take us. You know, maybe they'll come back in a future episode. You know,
Yes.
you know, like
Yeah.
you know, who knows? Maybe one day we get a
Someone
fourth,
famous.
like
Like
a fourth,
so-
like
yes.
a fourth host.
fourth
you know,
host.
maybe like who
Fourth
knows? You
host.
never know. You know, the goal would be to get someone famous. You know, have Messi
Yes.
right there.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
No.
Who knows?
Or Ronaldinho. Yes.
Is that
Who
your
knows?
favorite player, Christian?
You know, we get those views, we get
Yes.
those likes, comments, we blow up. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
But
We
yeah,
get the
like
mic, all that.
This is just the beginning, so you just got to tune in. We're going to have a lot of content for you guys, not only on here, but we're going to be all on the social media. So just make sure you're
Reach
following us, reach out to us. We want to make this as inclusive as possible. So we'll have polls, we'll have our DMs will be open. So any questions you guys want us to answer, go ahead and just message us. And like I said, we just want to make this as inclusive, and thank you. So maybe in the future we'll have future giveaways as well. So
Yes.
Yeah, I
and
mean, we're, you know, like we said, it's us. We're gonna be on all these social medias. We want you guys to hit us up. We're gonna hit you guys back up. We're not gonna leave anybody hanging. We're not above anybody here. We're at the same level. We're all passionate fans of the same sport. You know, we're wanting to just expand the world. You know, have people in the soccer world join us, but you know, have people join the Off the Woodwork.
Off the Woodwork
you know, we
world.
wanna
Yeah,
expand.
get out.
Have our
Get us out there.
have our groupies. You know, we'll
Appreciate
figure
it.
out a name at one point. You know, for you guys. I don't know any at the moment.
Yeah,
The fan
I
I just
names.
said that off the top of my head, but we'll get something.
Woodworkers.
If you guys
The
have an idea,
woodworkers.
you have an idea,
Out of
send it
context,
in,
that
you
could
know?
kind of weird.
True. Hey, no, it's okay. You know,
But
That's true.
it's hard.
I mean, even if you're not a fan of soccer, though, I feel like you'll still enjoy. Like, we'll give you the knowledge that you'll need, but also we're just three friends hanging out, and we honestly, after high school, we kind of all grew apart. But doing this has kind of made us all come closer together.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so we're like brothers, honestly. We can always rely on each other. We'll always be there for one another. So just the relationship that we have will be great.
And we want that relationship with you guys as well. You know, yeah, we're on the camera. You guys are on the other side, but you know, you guys can hit us up for anything. You know, you guys need to talk, all that stuff. We're here for you guys.
If you're trying to go play some pickup soccer, we're down.
There's three of us. We have all our social media on every single platform, so we could definitely look at every single one. One of us is going to look at it.
Yeah,
one of us will see it.
Any notification, we're gonna see it. Someone's gonna see it. You know, all that. With actually being said, do one of you guys want to tell them all our social media?
So
that long list we got over there.
Yes. Okay, so first off, our social media platforms on all of them: Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Anchor. We do all the ads are Off the Woodwork, unless it's anything different, but we try to keep it simple, Off the Woodwork, on all those platforms. So please follow us on every single platform: Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Anchor.
Every like, every comment, every subscription is very appreciated.
We're on all these different social medias, but our logo is the same.
Yes.
You know, they're not all that different. The only thing that might be different is like the username, because you know, social
could be
media,
taken.
You know,
Yeah.
that. But we try to keep it as close as possible.
Keep it as simple as possible, but all of the links to our social medias will be included in the description of this podcast, this first episode. So just click on that link. It'll direct you to all of our social media platforms. But with that being said, also, we're not just going to be a podcast. Like, you can listen to us, or if you want to see our beautiful faces, you can tune into our YouTube. We'll also have short clips of us, maybe even some like game footage. Like Andrew said earlier, we play indoor on Monday nights, so we'll maybe have someone out there filming us. We can include clips. Instagram, we're going to have polls, like I said earlier, questions that you guys can submit and we can answer them. TikTok just will be clips from our podcast, anything funny that we think would, just like shorter little videos.
Or dancey dances.
We don't dance.
Yes, we do.
Christian dances.
We're gonna dance, or even karaoke.
Well, we'll get there. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna get ourselves out there. We're gonna get our faces out there so you guys can recognize us. You know, if you see any of our videos and you know, share it, send it to people. More soccer fans, you know, the more the merrier. You know.
And don't be afraid to say what's up to us at all.
Exactly.
Never see us.
If I go out in public and someone says, "Hey, that's the guy from Off the Woodwork. That's Dewey McGuire," that would literally just make my
Yes.
day.
I might
That
cry.
would
Like I might cry. Like if someone actually recognizes me
He recognizes me.
because of that, not because they know who I am, and but like a random person that.
That's
Man,
to the heart.
I'm
right
about
there.
to tear up just talking about it. Like, but with that being said, like we said, this is just kind of like the intro episode. We just want to get it started. Our second episode, we'll definitely get into
The
deeper
leagues,
conversations,
yeah.
the leagues, maybe give some predictions, talk about the pretty big recent transfers. If anybody's been following, I feel like even as a non-soccer fan, kind of
know what's
you know
going
what
on.
we're hitting at.
This
really
summer has
out
been the
there on
craziest
the
world of
thing.
transfers that I think we've seen in a
And we'll
while.
definitely get into that. You know, that
Yes.
might take up just a whole
A whole
episode just alone
Yeah.
right there. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna be, hopefully get this episode out as soon as possible. We'll get a set schedule out and get that figured out. We do plan to post our podcast episodes probably twice a month. But like I said, we'll figure out the schedule. We'll definitely let you guys inform. We'll also like give heads up of like, hey, the podcast is gonna go out in a few days. We'll do countdowns. We'll keep you guys informed, knowing what's going on at all times. Like I said, we don't want to leave you guys hanging. But yeah, with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap up this first episode. This was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
very
very.
awesome.
This was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we didn't even talk about like
And like,
in
Yeah,
detail
yeah.
in
stuff,
detail
Yeah.
stuff.
but I was excited.
The teaser
I know.
for
We're
to get
teasing
you guys
ourselves-
to
we're
get
teasing
back to
ourselves
tune
at
in.
this
Yeah.
we
Honestly, we could probably keep talking for hours and hours, but like Andrew was saying, this is just the introduction. We just want to keep things short and simple, just to get things rolling. Again, just the beginning. This is all new to us, so we appreciate you guys being patient with us. If podcast episodes take a little bit longer, we're new to the editing as well, so things can take a little bit longer. So again, just want to say thank you to everyone tuning in.
Yes, appreciate it. I mean, I can't wait to see where this goes. It's gonna be.
We're dedicated.
We're
This is
dedicated,
for
we're
the long
passionate.
run.
This is just the beginning.
Slam the table.
Like it's excited, and I can't wait, for you guys to listen to this one, and I can't wait for you guys to tune in the next episode. All the videos, follow us, comment on everything. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Let's see where this
Yeah.
goes.
So with that being said, I think we're gonna sign off for today's episode,
Yep.
and we will see
See you guys next
See you next
time.
time.
Episode 2. Yep. Peace out.
You gonna start with your hands up, like a roller coaster?
Oh, he was watching a video on TikTok. It's a power pose. He's asserting his dominance right now.
Andrew Bashford. Dude, stop. Is he gonna make this? Yo, they suck.
Christian, record.
We are recording right now. See if you can control it. Yeah. No.
Here's what not to do.
Yeah. Welcome to Soccer 101.
So if you want to get that perfect break touch, listen to me.
One break touch. Andrew's your guy.
Was it right?
Playing ASS. Everyone knows that. Hit him right there. You get a little wait. Alright, stay tuned.
Ah! No, I'm just kidding.